Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Gemini Lilith, and I am here with a collective message for you guys. So, just so you know, I've already pulled some oracle cards, but what I want to do is shuffle the tarot cards on screen so we can clarify the message. Now, I already heard before I turned on the camera, I heard it's time to move. I'm thinking movement as in there's something that needs to be done right now. But then it also came in a separate way where some of you are being moved physically from a job or a home. It's time to move. Alright, so we're going to see what the tarot has to say. You're also going to see how far you've come in terms of your will and your strength. So you're somebody who probably succumbed to a lot of temptations that were around you. Sugar, alcohol, corn, if you catch my drift. Things that you indulged in a bit too much, or that you craved very intensely. And you're gonna get an example of how far you've come and how strong you actually are, because there is a situation that is gonna arise, or an urge that's gonna arise for you, and you'll be tested at that point. And yeah, it's almost like a metric for you. So it's a situation that you're used to being in, or that you've been in before, but this time you're going to be acting or responding differently. This specifically has to do with some sort of temptation, something that you know you shouldn't be doing or indulging in. And yeah, you're going to hold that boundary with yourself. A benevolent spirit guides of the collective. What does the collective need to know at this time? Oh, 3 cards came out. Okay. What does what does the collective need to know? You're unblocking. You're unblocking yourself. Hold on. One moment. Benevolent spirit guides of the collective. What does the collective need to know? Oh my gosh, I wish y'all saw that. May I please have one more card? Benevolent spirit guides. They gave me 3, but I'm going to take 1. Oh, snap. I meant to plug in my mic. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm not a tech person, so I'm hoping that you guys can hear me really well. Let me just double check and make sure. See? I knew it. I was muted, wasn't I? Alright. Well, I was saying I'm not a tech person, but I hope you guys can hear me well. I'm glad I checked, because clearly I was muted there. But let's keep going. You've passed a threshold. You're unblocking yourself. There are people that feel like there are people that are downplaying how far you've come and what you've had to do to even get where you are right now. And even if you don't think you have much, there is a lot to be grateful for. I do see that. There's a lot to be grateful for, but I do see that maybe you're not in the space that you want to be, and other people can see that. And instead of uplifting you, it almost gives them a reason, whatever position that you're in or that you were in, it almost gives people a reason to downplay either how hard you've worked, how far you've come, how much you've worked on yourself, or how much resilience you have even. I'm seeing here two sides of the coin now. There are people that wanted you to stay in this position, what I just said, of whatever difficulty or unpleasant position that you were in. That's what people wanted. But now I'm seeing that the tables are actually turning, and you're going to get with what you want. But what you want doesn't have to do with anything, or doesn't have to do with people seeing people at their lowest. I'm getting tongue-tied. So I'm also getting here that there are people that aren't even going to know what to say when you unlock yourself, when you completely unlock yourself. What the unlocking is, I don't know. But I was hearing that strongly. You're unblocking or unlocking yourself. So anyway, like I was saying before, what you want has nothing to do with seeing other people's downfall. What you want has nothing to do with seeing other people struggle, or being comfortable having people as a comparison to know that at least you're doing better in life. What you want out of life is different. So it's like people got what they wanted. And of course, people's lives aren't completely about you, obviously, right? But there is a certain mentality that some people have, that as long as the other people around them aren't doing better than them, then everything is okay. So that's what they want. But you're getting what you want now. So you're unlocking your independence, financial freedom. There we go. And I'm not talking riches, but I'm talking freedom. You don't have to be a millionaire to be financially free. I'm heavily getting you're unlocking yourself. That's what it is. You're liberating yourself, financially speaking. And there are things that you're doing and putting into place. I see mind, body, spirit. The magician here is giving me mind, body, spirit. You're feeding your mind, you're feeding your body, and you're feeding your spirit. You're nurturing all three of those things. Even though there are 4 elements, I know. But you're nurturing everything that you can. And I'm told to highlight the fact that it doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be all at once. But it is all 3 being taken care of. There's something here about cycles and taking turns. It's your turn. It's your turn. And the things that you've put out there into the world are coming back to you now. Yes, I feel good when I can help others. You're somebody who might be so used to being in a position of giving your time and energy away. And all of that you thought you gave away is actually coming right back to you. I do see here, though, that there's something about Emotional fulfillment. You're actually going to learn a pretty big lesson when it comes to whatever it is that you desire. Let's say, for instance, you go to school to become a corporate lawyer. And then you realize that once you get there, once you've, passed the bar, you have your license and all that good stuff, and you're making bank and you're working in corporate, you realize that actually this isn't what I really wanted. I became a lawyer for the money. But now that I am a lawyer and I have the money, I realize that the money itself doesn't actually fulfill me. I want to work for people. I want to help people. So you're going to have a situation like that where you're going to be working towards something, desiring something for a specific goal. Once you get it, you're actually going to realize that it's something else that fulfills you. And whatever it is that you work towards can be used as a tool, or what am I hearing? Vessel, a tool or a vessel, I guess, to do what you actually want. Going back to the whole lawyer, what you call this? The lawyer example that I gave. It's like your heart is going to be tugged and pulled into a direction that's only going to be illuminated by you getting what it is that you desire. You think you know what you want, but once you get what you want, you're actually going to realize that no, it's a little deeper than that. You're very much supposed to be helping people. And it's going to occur naturally. So don't have this thing in your heart where it's just like, oh, I want to chase a bag, and then feel guilty if you're so focused on yourself. This is going to be a natural occurrence. You're going to build a community of people. You're going to build a community of people who are in turn, I don't know why I'm hearing or I'm seeing a baton in my mind's eye. But you helping people is actually going to help other people. Now, what I mean by that is like, it's almost like a ripple effect, right? So in you, let's say with the lawyer's example, you help somebody pro bono with a civil case, okay, or something. You help somebody pro bono, and in you helping that person, let's say all goes well, in you helping that person, now you've touched their family. And by touching their family, now their family is able to, I don't know, do something in the neighborhood. It's like a ripple effect. It's almost like something starts with you, but then it radiates out into like either larger groups, or it has an effect on something that's much bigger than you. Yeah, your temptations are going to be tested a lot. 7 of Cups. Yeah, this is what I mean. you're not gonna see in real time, how much helping one person affects so many different people. There's something about here, in that you go from the Nine of Pentacles, standing on your own, to the Ten of Pentacles, building a community and helping others. I'm hearing riches, so it definitely doesn't feel like it's about the money. The money's gonna be there, but it's not about the money. And that's something your spirit guides want to highlight to you. The money's gonna be there, but it's not about the money. So if you're somebody who's been very focused on making money, if you don't have it already, that's nothing for you to worry about, because it's coming. But in you getting the money, you're going to see it's not about the money. Don't doubt how significant you are to the people around you. There is something in you that you feel smaller than what you actually are. Yeah, I'm hearing you're a big deal. Not to like gas your head up. No. What I mean is that you're somebody who is extremely important to the people that you come across. And even if they don't or won't say it, even if they don't or won't acknowledge it, it's just the truth. And your spirit guides need you to know that. This reflection is annoying me. Seven of Cups. Oh man. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like when what's it called? It reminds me of like when why is my brain blanking right now? When an influencer or a content creator tells a story about how people or someone has been contacted them or something like that and told them how much they helped them through a really tough time, when that person was literally just posting content just to make their livelihood, but you know, in them needing to feed themselves and in them trying to get a bag, they actually impacted somebody in an extremely positive way that they weren't able to actually see in real time. That it's giving that vibe, where it's like you're gonna be doing things extremely intentionally, but what you intend for yourself actually has a much bigger purpose on the people who are around you, or who watch you, or who listen to you. Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Reverse. Eight of Cups report. Reverse. Okay. Cups reverse. Okay. Okay. So there's somebody around you. I wanted this to be about you, not really about anybody else, but it is coming through. There is somebody, could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, who is feeling the repercussions of trying to play mind games with you. Either play mind games or make you feel some sort of pain and hurt. There's somebody who cannot escape their guilt or their sorrow when it comes to you, and this person tried to muddy the waters in some way. They tried to make you feel confused about something, or they tried to act like they didn't know what they were doing when they knew exactly what they were doing. This person is having an extremely hard time facing themselves, facing their actions and how malicious they were. But it is also one of those things where, because I don't see this person actually healing from the situation. They might be, but I don't see that. What I see is them trying their best to avoid the thought of you when it comes up. They're trying to suppress it as best as they can. But it's almost like when you know, I don't have pets. I've never had a pet, but I had a roommate before where his dog, like, I guess, like, pooped in his room, and he, like, took the dog and made him smell it. Like, he made him smell it, I guess, so that he wouldn't do that again. I'm getting something like that, like their spirit guides, or maybe it's just the law of nature where they're just reaping what they sowed or feeling their repercussions. It's like they want to act like it doesn't happen. They don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to feel the feelings, the negative feelings that come with the thought of you, but they're being forced to see it. Like, this is their discipline. They're being disciplined. But with the Seven of Cups here, this is a process you're not seeing from this person. I see something like they can't escape you. It could definitely heavily be a water sign because there are a lot of cups here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, like this person wants to leave things in the past. But the past is haunting them right now. It's haunting them, and it's almost like if this is somebody who's used to getting their way, or used to people walking on eggshells around them, or used to compartmentalizing and just evading certain situations in their mind by distracting themselves a lot, I'm hearing that like that's not working. They're not getting their way. Okay, I would like to get off of this. That was something I heard earlier. There's something about your roots. Your roots. You're getting back to your roots. there's something that you used to do, or there was a tradition you used to follow, or maybe it's your culture. There were certain cultural things that you would adhere to that maybe you kind of put on the back burner, and life gets in the way of things sometimes, and the only definite change is constant. There was a phrase I was looking for and I completely blanked. But the only thing guaranteed is changed. Things change all the time. So you might have gone through a phase where maybe you had left certain things about your heritage and your culture behind, or even a family tradition. Maybe you guys used to go to a certain person's, tombstone all the time, or maybe there was some sort of Sunday family gathering or something like that. I'm getting very much family vibes. So something when you're with your roots in terms of culturally, like your family background, or your nuclear family. Yeah. Interesting. Let me just see what this is real quick. Someone's on timeout. It's almost like somebody keeps trying to knock on the door or bang the door down to get some sort of like emotional or mental relief from the thought of you, and it's just like, no, buddy, you're on timeout. I said I wanted to leave that alone, so let me switch gears. Benevolent spirit guides of the collective. What does the collective need to know, benevolent spirit guides? What does the collective need to know? Yes. Be prepared to walk in faith fully. Be prepared to walk in faith fully. There is something that, okay, right. I did get this before I turned the camera on. There is a situation that you have to deal with, and it's a type of situation that you've never had to deal with before, and it's gonna get you outside of your comfort zone. You're gonna feel very uncomfortable having to do whatever this is, but get prepared to walk in faith fully, because what I'm seeing here is that you most likely don't even know what the outcome is going to be, but it is something that you have to, everything boils down to a choice, right? So you don't have to do anything, but it is something that is in your best interest that you're going to have to do in order to either honor yourself or advocate for yourself or just protect yourself. There's something that you're going to have to do. You're not going to want to do it. It's going to be a new experience, or if it's not a new experience, you've never had to deal with it in this context. And your spirit guides are backing you up. I actually have the Archangel Michael card over here. So you might be somebody who petitions Archangel Michael and and Saint Martha. All right. So be prepared for the unknown. Be prepared for the unknown, but know that you are protected. Know that you are being taken care of, spiritually speaking. That's why your faith is required, to give you that reassurance that things are going to work out in your favor. Okay, benevolent spirit guides. What else does the collective need to know at this time? Two major arcana back to back. That's interesting. We have the Hierophant and the... Oh, you guys didn't see that. It was out of the frame. You have the Hierophant, the Strength card, and the World card. Yeah, you might be an Aquarius, but you're just meant to affect a lot of people. And I see here that it's in a positive light. You know what it is? Okay. So, I'm thinking of like those times on TV when you see people's... I feel like bringing this here. Okay. I'm thinking of those times on TV where you see people's former teachers, high school teachers, middle school teachers, even elementary school teachers that they either bring out on stage or they surprise, or those teachers surprise them. And, you know, there are a lot of examples of where teachers were able to, like, incredibly impact somebody's life path positively, right? We you know, there are good and bad teachers out there, but positively speaking. And I'm getting you being that teacher, right? I'm getting you doing something, having a certain goal, achieving something that is meant to pour into and impact something that's much bigger than you. With the World card here, I'm getting the literal world. Like, it's almost like a butterfly effect where your kindness, your generosity, your empathy, your ability to hold space is literally going to change the world. And I'm not talking about, no, like, change the world in terms of like, oh my gosh, it's world peace now. No. There are people that are going to go to bat for you. And hard. There are people that are going to go hard for you. That's a separate message. But there's something about dogma here. You either escape dogma or you're helping people escape dogma somehow. Oh, it's getting late. Okay, hold on. Let me get some cards and I gotta go. Jeez, guys. The Ten of Pentacles again. This is a different deck. This is a completely different deck. Wow. Your money's gonna vibrate. Like, it's gonna vibrate high. I don't even know what that means. That your money's gonna vibrate high. What does that mean? And your money is gonna, it's not gonna be the fulfillment that you seek. Even though you think you're gonna be fulfilled by something completely different. And I think that's your message today, because at this point it's gonna be repeating. But let me see if there's one more card, because I do have to go. Ooh. People are just gonna have to deal with their emotions and deal with how they feel about your success. You see, I'm feeling nauseous right now. People are gonna be like sick about your success. So let me say some people, because not everybody's out to get you. But there's some people who are gonna be sick over your success, man. And that's for them to figure out, because that is not your problem. Read it and weep. That's what it's giving. There are people who are gonna be like, why the collective? The collective is not supposed to have that. How come the collective gets to go on vacation 3 times a year? How come the collective has that nice car? The collective doesn't deserve that. Please. And all they can do is talk and watch. That's it. That's it. Alright. So that is your reading for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope to see you guys next time. Take care.